If you want to trade with confidence during the week, it starts with how you prepare on the weekend, and that starts with having a repeatable process. In this video, I will cover exactly how I prepare using MarketLens. The first thing I look at is the overall market using the Market Navigator. MarketLens makes it really easy to see if I should be actively looking for trade ideas or sitting on the sideline tracking relative strength by clearly labeling if the buy switch is on or off and what the recommended exposure level is. So right now the buy switch is off, the exposure level is at 0%, and we don't even have day one of a new rally attempt. That tells me it is not the time to be buying NASDAQ related stocks, but I should be tracking stocks that are showing relative strength. I'll check the same things for the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000 as well. Interesting, on the Russell, we are on day 5 of a rally attempt, and price is still above the 200-day moving average. So small caps are performing much better than the NASDAQ and S&P currently. With the Russell being on day 5 of a rally attempt, there could be a valid follow-through day at any point. Now, when it comes to follow-through days, the percentage change needed throughout the years has always changed. Something MarketLens does is it adjusts that percentage needed based on current volatility. So right now the Russell would need a gain of 1% or more on higher volume than the previous day to get a valid follow-through day and turn the buy switch on. Once I understand the indexes, the next step is breadth. Breadth tells me how many stocks are actually participating in the move. This is really important because the indexes can go up, but if only a handful of stocks are driving that move, it's not a healthy environment, and vice versa, the indexes can go down while the majority of stocks are actually moving up. So what I want to see is broad participation, more stocks above key moving averages, expanding strength across the market. I always start by looking at the percentage of stocks above the 5 SMA. Below 15%, we are oversold, and above 80%, we are overbought. When I'm looking to put on new exposure, ideally we will be near that lower threshold to neutral. From there, a quick look at the percentage of stocks in a stage 2 uptrend is declining, which isn't ideal. Looking at net new highs and lows, we managed to get a few days of net highs recently, but those days seem pretty insignificant compared to the days we've had net new lows. The advanced decline line is still falling, and we haven't strung together any back-to-back days of significant up volume. So overall, breadth is weak and has room to weaken more. Next up is sentiment. MarketLens makes judging sentiment super simple by showing you a single sentiment score from 1 to 99. So instead of trying to interpret all of that data individually, I can immediately see, is the market fearful, neutral, or greedy? Right now the market is fearful, which I like to use as a contrarian signal. The fearful sentiment, along with breadth being weak and almost to oversold levels, an ideal scenario for me would be a gap down on Monday that offers some oops reversals in the strongest names. How do we find the strongest names? Industry group rankings. Right now we can see oil and gas and energy are dominating the groups, but what I like to do is look for groups that show green in each one of these columns. What that's showing me is the current group ranking is higher than it was for whichever time frame is in that column. So something like chemicals or coal or engineering and construction is interesting to me, since those are showing a higher rank now than all the previous time frames. So those are one that I'll go ahead and dive deeper into. I can open up the group and see the chart for it. This chart of coal looks very constructive. The returns over multiple time frames are positive, and breadth within the group looks great as well, with 100% of the stocks being above the 21, 50, and 200-day moving averages. All of the stocks are near 20-day highs, and all but one are within 10% of 52-week highs. So the chart, returns, and breadth look really strong here. This is definitely a group I want to check what the stocks look like in. So I'll go to the stock tab, click on the first name, and just hit spacebar to go through their charts. If I see one I like, I can add it to my flagged symbols, check its earnings and sales, fund ownership, and RS history. So I'll go through each of the groups that caught my eye and repeat that before I move on to the screener. Now that I've gone through all the groups that caught my eye, I like to run some scans and flip through some more charts. I always start by running both the peg and monster scans from the gap section. I like to set the days since gap parameter to 5. That way I can see any gaps that happened during the previous week. I'll go ahead and flag all of these since I know I will want to look closer at them. Next, I'll run some scans I have saved to start building my universe list. These consist of basic relative strength scans and scans to find stocks near their 21 EMA. Once I have my results, I can start flipping through charts, flagging any that catch my eye. The last thing I do once I've got all the symbols I am interested in flagged is clear all of the screen parameters and hit this flagged only button. This brings up only the symbols I flagged. Once those are up, I'll hit the copy symbols button and then pull up Trading View. Inside of Trading View, I have an empty watch list open. I'll go ahead and hit the Add Symbols button. A little trick here, once this pops up, hit Stocks and set the country to USA. Then I simply hit Paste and all my flag symbols are inside Trading View on my watch list. From there I can set alerts and I'm ready to go Monday morning when the bell rings. So that's my full weekend process. Trend, breadth, sentiment, and leadership every single week. That's exactly why I built MarketLens, to take all of this and put it into one place with an easy step-by-step process. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to try MarketLens free for 7 days, make sure you hit the link in the description below.